If you want to avoid looking frumpy in your outfits, then this video is for you, and I just have several simple and easy style tips for you that will keep you from looking frumpy in any of your outfits. My name is Jamie. Welcome to my channel. I love talking about subjects like these, and I have done a few frumpy to fabulous videos for you that you guys love. So I was just thinking about a lot of those outfits and a lot of the things that I think about when I'm putting them together. And I just wanted to consolidate it down into one video so you can take these easy tips and apply them to any outfit that you put together, no matter what your shape is. So thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button and the little bell to get notifications so you don't miss any of my content. So the first and the very most important tip that I can give you is to, one, make sure that you wear clothes that fit your body shape. If you don't know your body shape, I do have a video that will help you figure that out. And you might be a combination of two shapes. And there are a ton of guidelines for each shape that you can follow, but that's what they are, is just guidelines. So you really want to try things on within those guidelines and see what works for you best. Because not only does it need to fit you, but you need to really feel good in it, and the style needs to match your personality, or it doesn't really matter. You won't have confidence when you wear it, and it's not going to look good anyway in my mind. So there's a lot of feelings behind getting dressed, I think. And even if you don't wear the exact thing that matches your shape, there are things that you can think about when you are trying to get dressed. And that is where I'm going to get to my next point, which is part of this styling for your shape. So really there's about 5 shapes. So you have pear shape, apple shape, rectangle, inverted triangle, and hourglass. And most of us are trying to get to where we balance like the hourglass body does. And so you have to figure out how to balance the top half with the bottom half. So if you have a larger bust and narrow hips, you want to try to minimize your bust and maximize your hips so they balance. So that gives you a good example there. But then you have your proportions, which are part of your height. So you're either long-waisted or short-waisted, or you're tall or you're short and petite. So you have to think when you're getting dressed about these things and how your clothes really fit you. So if you can find the right proportions that fit you, then you can come to more of a balanced look with your body shape and with your vertical proportions. And when you're thinking about vertical proportions, think about the rule of thirds, which I've talked about before, where you have a 1/3, 2/3 ratio either on top or on bottom. You can flip it. So when you split something in half, it's not as attractive to the eye. So if you split it in thirds, so you have 1/3 on top and then 2/3 on bottom, and your legs look a little bit longer, then you have better proportions and it's just more appealing to the eye. We really don't know why that is, because it's somewhat out of proportion, but it just looks better to us. So when you're trying to find balance between your top and bottom, you also have to consider your shoes. And what I mean by this is if you have a really chunky shoe on with a really slimming outfit, then all the attention goes to your foot, because you have this really chunky shoe on and it just draws your eye. So really you have to think about what is drawing your eye in the outfit and where you want your eye to go. Because if you're concentrating on the shoe and that's what you want, then do that. But it really throws everything out of balance. And I really think you want to attract either the top or the bottom and not really a specific piece. So the next tip that I have for you is to watch the hem lengths of your bottoms, whether it's skirts, dresses, or pants. And then if it is a separate piece, that you're careful what you pair on top with it, especially if it's something that is extreme, like a wide leg or a really skinny pant. And I have a great example of how you can make something that has the potential to be frumpy to be a lot better. And it's a video that I did on a denim dress that I styled 10 different ways. And I wanted to show you that this dress was pretty terrible when I put it on. I really didn't like it, but I really wanted to put some effort in it. and see if I could make it cute on my 5'4" height. And I think I did. I think I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, even though some people didn't think I did. But I think there are items that we just don't have any other options for. And if we really like something, because I thought the dress was really cute, it had potential. And I think how I styled it for certain things actually really did work. So putting the right accessories with some things works really well. You know, adding things that really draw the eye from the part that might go frumpy, like the length being a little too long on a dress, can really make a difference. And then in your pants, wear the right shoes. So if it's a wide leg, I really prefer a heel. But if you have to wear a flat shoe, just make sure that wide leg doesn't completely pool on the floor, which I've seen that style a lot. If it just skims the floor, I think you're totally fine, because I do like my pants a little bit longer. But if it's, you know, a ½ inch above the ground and it still sits on your foot in the front and you can see your shoe through that pant leg, then I think you're good to go. And make sure you just don't wear something really blousy and heavy on top with that wide leg. And I think you're good to go. And I do have other videos where I've styled trousers and wide leg jeans, and I will link them for you in the description along with the dress video if you want to check them out. So not only should you pay attention to the lengths of your bottoms, but you really should pay attention to your sleeve length. And I don't think a lot of people think about that, and sometimes I don't think about that. And I actually had someone leave a comment on my channel about a jacket I had on that it would look much better if I would shorten the sleeve. And I had an alteration lady that always made me shorten my sleeves, and now I just either roll them up or I push them up. And in the video that I did that, I didn't have anything holding it, so it did fall down when I recorded, and I didn't pay that much attention to it because I just wasn't thinking about that at that point. But I definitely think that if your sleeves are too long, either do the trick where you put the band around the sleeve and you push it up and it stays, or roll it up, or just get it hemmed so it's the perfect length. And a lot of people say that it looks better if you expose some of your arm, and you know what? I think it looks good that way, but it also looks good to have a longer sleeve. You know, if you have a fitted jacket on and the sleeve is the perfect length to your wrist, I think that is appropriate as well. So either way, I think with the oversized items, it's good to expose some skin just so it doesn't look so overwhelming. But for those that are more tailored and fitted, I think it's okay if the length is just perfect. And it should just end at your wrist, not come past your wrist on top of your hand, which if you're like me and you're small, that happens quite a bit. So that is something that I need to watch out for. Another tip I have to avoid looking frumpy is to either front tuck or fully tuck your tops, and also you can add a belt after you do that. Now, I know some body shapes are really hard to do this with, and so if you have a body shape where you are just not comfortable doing that, then just make sure you find tops that fit you well, that aren't super billowy and long. You really want to, the reason why you do this is to get better proportions from top to bottom with that 1/3, 2/3 ratio. And it really helps to break up your outfit and give you division so you can actually see your shape. Now, this can be done with proper clothing that is, you know, more fitted and wrapped, that actually creates a waist, or something that has structure to it. So instead of a straight down t-shirt, one that kind of curves, which a lot of times these days is very hard to find. So just a little front tuck, adding a little bit of a belt, especially if you have like more of a monochromatic look on, I think some division in that really helps. And not all outfits work this way, but if you have something that you're looking in the mirror and it just doesn't look right, it could be just a small change like that that makes a huge difference in how your outfit is going to look on your body. So try it if you've never tried it before, and you know, just give it a chance. I never tucked in tops, I never wore belts, and I have figured out just since I started my YouTube channel that this actually looks really good on my shape. So sometimes you just have to play around and you might discover something that really works for you. And you know, some people knock this without even trying it. So definitely try it and see if it works for you. So something that I see all of the time, especially in the spring and summer, is wearing a cropped style pant, like a capri pant, with a longer tunic top. So this top is a little flowy and it comes down past your hips. And to me, this puts the body out of proportion and it's just not very attractive looking, even though it might be really comfortable. I think a better way to do this would be to wear a pant that is a little bit longer, so either full length or to the ankle, and maybe shorten the top a little bit. So lengthen the bottom, shorten the top a little bit, and that makes a big difference. Even if you have more of a straight cut pant and a flowier top, I think this is a better option than wearing a cropped pant and a really long top. And a lot of times I see this when people are wearing flats with it as well. So I don't think this is the best option. So I think if you just made some adjustments to both of the pieces, that you could still get kind of the same feel, just a much better look. So I really think that you can avoid looking frumpy by avoiding dressing in extremes altogether. And what I mean by that is you are wearing an extremely oversized top with an extremely oversized bottom, or vice versa. It's extremely tight on top, extremely tight on bottom, or an extremely tight top and an extremely loose bottom, or vice versa. So I think if we avoid the extremes and find more balance in our outfits, that it can really make a huge difference in what they look like. So wear a relaxed top with a wide leg, oversized trouser, and some shoes that give you some height, and you have really good balance here. And then vice versa. If you want to wear a skinny bottom, find a nice relaxed fitting top, or if you want to wear a fitted top, then put a blazer over it like I've done here. So there are options that you can put things together and really think about your outfits without having those extreme pieces put together. This one may sound a little bit silly to you, which it sounded silly to me at first, but I really do think that this tip is kind of important, and it's become very important to me because I have big hair. So I think to avoid looking frumpy, you have to consider your hairstyle and even your makeup with whatever it is that you are wearing. There are certain outfits that look great with hair down if you have hair that is longer and bigger like mine. And then there are outfits that look better with it up in a ponytail or a bun, or, you know, a side sweep like I have now, which just kind of opens up the neckline, because big hair and oversized pieces can really get overwhelming on the body. So think about that as you're putting your outfits together, and just look at yourself in the mirror and even take a picture with any of these tips I have said here today, because sometimes it just takes a photograph for us to really examine ourselves and look at, to see what other people see, and evaluate it. Put your outfits on, and if something doesn't look right, it could be your hair, it could be your makeup, it could be your accessories, it could be just changing out one simple piece. So I just wanted to do kind of a general rundown of some of these to get you to think about them. And if there's any that you want to know in detail, please let me know. I'll be glad to do a separate video on these details, and check out my other Frumpy to Fabulous videos, because there's a lot of details in those. I show you a frumpy outfit and how I make it fabulous. So there's a lot that you can learn from those. But thank you so much for watching. If you have time, please hit that subscribe button and the little bell to get notifications, and also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. So love your neighbor, be kind, and I will talk to you next time.